All right, YouTube, this is Studio Standard by Fisher. It's the tuner, AM/FM tuner, and the integrated amplifier. And we'll start with the amplifier. We'll just go over some of the quick features. So has two sets of speakers that can be hooked to it. You have AB and AB. And this means you're just going to be running in stereo, no surround sound or anything like that. This was back in the time when, before all of that, and Dolby is not a feature on here. Actually, Dolby would have been in the cassette deck that would have went in this set. Each piece was bought separately, so you could kind of choose your features. The cassette deck may have had one cassette or dual cassettes and different Dolby features, and then you would have had a phonograph player, turntable, whatever you want to call them. And it probably would have sat to the side because it would have been another 3 inches deeper than this set. This set is in like really, really good condition. And there's like the face plates, no scratching on any of the clear pieces. And then there's no scratching or dents on any of the chassis or chassis covers or anything like that. Okay, back to this piece here. The bass knob, it does like crackle a little bit when you're moving it around, which is to be expected. This was built in 1981, 1982-ish. It was right on the edge of when they moved from the silver face to these black face. And as a result, this actually has that really warm 1970s sound. And when it warms up, you can feel it. It's just warm. I don't know how else to describe the sound other than warm. So this crackles a little bit, but I've noticed the more I used it, I've had it for about a year, the more I've used it, the less crackle it has. But I don't play with the bass or treble a whole lot because I have the benefit of having some really nice speakers that sound very, very good at mid setting on bass and treble on just about any amplifier I put them on. The reason I got this, and this is petty, this is childish, this is silly, but I love the meters. And here, let's crank it so we can...
You walked upon the planet, so...
There we go. I love watching them. And, I have a full house, so I don't get to crank it very often, so I don't even get to watch the meters that often. I bought it for the meters, but I don't get to watch them that often. Go figure, right? It has loudness on and off. I don't like the loudness. It just distorts the music in my opinion, but some people really like it. But so it has stereo mono, which is actually pretty cool if you do want to listen to something in mono. And so you can run a phonograph, a stereo phonograph, record, whatever, and mono it, which is pretty cool. The phonograph setting on here, it's just those clicks, just kind of like the old channel changers on the 1960s vehicles. You click one and they pop each other. The tape monitor, I did test it. It works just fine, but I have never hooked like a cassette deck up to this. I do listen to a lot of cassettes, but this set I've just never hooked it to it. But I have, however, put my iPhone on this through a DAC, and it ran just fine, and auxiliary ran just fine. And mainly like 90% of my listening has been on the phonograph on this thing. The AM/FM tuner on here is pretty awesome. It only has five memory settings, and to do the memory, you just hit memory, and then you hit the number, and then it'll just light up to tell you which one you've got. And it has a signal indicator here, which is pretty cool. You don't see that much today. It's saying that this signal is sitting at 60, and this one sits at 80, which is cool, right? FM, AM works just fine. The auto and manual is for auto tune, so it'll search out the channel. I've noticed that like it thinks there's channels there that aren't, but
I think there's a lot of questions.
See, there's nothing there, but it stopped. There's something there. Nothing there. I think maybe it's just randomly picking things. Anyways, this is early 80s technology. It's just kind of the way it is. Anyway, so you have a stereo mono setting right here as well, which is redundant with the stereo mono down here. As the mixing, so when you're running tape monitor and you're recording out to it, you can mix. Balance works just fine. And I have not tried the mic in. I have tried the phones, and they work just fine. They sound really good. So just some real quick facts about this amplifier is it does run 100 watts per channel at 8 ohm. I've just been running these realistics for this demo, but I run CA-880s Pioneer with this, so they're the same vintage, and they sound absolutely, it is some of the warmest realistic sound comes out of that set. It does have a little bit of harmonic distortion at just under 0.1%. My Iowa, which is the amp that I really prefer, and my Luxman, they run a lot lower than that, but you know, that harmonic distortion is only going to come in when you're cranking that volume up and you can really hear it. I've already lost part of my hearing because I'm getting older, so it's hard for me to pick up any distortion anyways, and nor do I run it that hot. So that's pretty much it. It's a pretty heavy unit. Weight wise, it's 25 pounds just by itself, and then this is probably another 10, so it is fairly heavy, but in terms of amplifiers, that's kind of par for the course, right? And they made 2 other amplifiers that were similar to this, the 876 and 930, or the 9030, which are supposed to be similar to this. I really haven't looked at them, but they seem to be. They look it. One of the other cool features about this, and I'm just going to pick up the GoPro and show you instead of moving it, is that on the back side, you can see here, it has the fins, and as well, it has the fuses exposed down here. I think I'm feeling the right piece here. Anyways, so you have the fuses exposed down here as well. Pretty cool. Makes it a lot easier than open up the case if you blow a fuse. When I got it, the fuses were fine out, and I haven't had to change them, so it's the original fuses for all I know. Pretty cool stuff. Hope you like the video. Give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.